I don't know if this is working or not. All right, after a very exhausting amount of work to put into this, let's see if this is actually working or not. Oh boy, I hope so, because if not, this is going to be super awkward. Let's see, is this on here? I don't know. 9:33. Is that streaming on there? Is that streaming on here? Hello, my friend. Welcome, Merry Christmas in July. I am currently trying to figure out this live stream because we're streaming here and on YouTube, but I don't know if this is going to be working or not. So please wait. I thought I had the kinks worked out, but it does not look like we are. We are not live on YouTube. Let me hop over there real quick. I got a lot of cameras going on. Let's see. I will be there. I promise. Let's see. Is this going or not? Is it on? Ooh, I don't know. I am so sorry, everybody. I sure hope that this is actually working. If not, then we're just going to screen capture this and go from there. Yep, that's what we're going to have to do. All right, we're closing this. And we're going to just start recording like that. Okay. I don't know if we're live or not, but if we are, sweet. If not, then I have no idea. All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. I would show more, but I'm afraid to mess up anything at this point. We have a camera here. We have a slider here with the fourth camera. We have a Nikon off to the side, and then we have obviously this one. I have an external monitor to the left. I have my reference monitor right here to the left, and I have two more in the back that's doing a screen recording, and we are watching the stream. That being said, hopefully you all had a beautiful, beautiful Christmas in July. If you didn't, then it's perfectly fine because I didn't get to do anything but this. But you are here to see what I'm going to do on this. I'm going to be doing a couple of things. I'm going to be doing the intro as if I'm doing a YouTube video, and I'm also going to be talking to y'all. So, cheers. That being said, bear with me, Instagram, YouTube. Here goes the introduction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the video. My name is Agent Double Sonic, and Merry Christmas in July. By the time you see this video, it's definitely not going to be Christmas, or is it going to be July? So I'm sorry about that. In this video, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to go live on Instagram. I'll put it right here. That's going to be where I do some of my lives to get some audience interaction, and I'm going to be live on YouTube on my second channel, but that's a work in progress. But for now, I figure we're just going to keep in tradition, draw a scene maybe from Ed and Eddie, or just until the stream closes or until I get tired. We are going to be using gouache paint. We're going to be using gouache paints, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Arteza's 60-pack. Right there. So I figure, why not? We just sketch something out. I got the reference right here, and we kind of just go from there. Let's get started. Okay, now that the YouTube stuff is done, let's go ahead and just talk, please. I'm by myself with some dogs, and they don't talk too much unless they need to go OUT. And I don't want to say it because they're probably going to have to go OUT. All right, y'all. Can y'all see this? Cool. Hello, everyone on YouTube. Hopefully you're enjoying this. Sorry you see my terrible watch tan. I'm not going to cover it up because that's just too much work right now. First and foremost, hey, if you have any suggestions about what you want me to draw on here, let me know now, because once I start, I'm not changing it. That's a lot of work, and I don't want to do that. We have our water, our nice clear water for now, with our little paintbrush washer at the bottom, courtesy of Jamie and Jennifer. Jamie and Jennifer, I know you're probably asleep. Sorry this stream took so long to set up. But yeah, we're here, and that's all that matters. Let's see. Instagram, how's this angle? YouTube, how is this angle? Y'all should be able to get the best view, honestly. Is there too much light casting? No, seems pretty solid. My eyes, maybe. Good. Okay, sweet. And what do we got over here? Okay. Let's go ahead and get our reference picture. I was definitely going to add a whole bunch of like background music, but I felt like that was just way too much compared to what we already have. And I decided to no. Oh yes, the Fa La 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 Ed episode. How about we do the art piece with I'm trying to think of one that I didn't do, and that's kind of hard because unless I scrub through my entire episode, which I don't think I have. Also, can you hear me, Instagram? I'm using this lavalier mic courtesy of Cousin Goober. Appreciate you. I don't know which mic it picked up, this one or that one. How about this one? Y'all want me to do this picture right here? Do Will from Foster's. Oh yeah, they did have a Christmas one, huh? I think this might be the only one. Let me see. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Christmas? Wilt. Oh yeah, they did have one. Okay, bet. Yeah, this is what we'll do right here. So I won't be doing an Ed and Eddie piece. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, camera. Sorry. We will be doing this drawing of Wilt as a painting. I will put y'all off to the side. And after probably, 10 minutes, and Dad, I'm not going to have you on the live because we are currently recording this so that way we can come back to it later. I love you. I love you, though. Hopefully you're enjoying your trip. And I'm also definitely putting my thing on Do Not Disturb so no one can call me. So, respectfully, love ya. All right. I can't zoom in on this camera, though. I've tried everything in my power. It just isn't working. Can y'all even see that? I just thought about that. Y'all can see that barely. I realize though, when I do this, it's not going to be the full thing. I'm probably just going to get like the bulk of them and zoom in on it because one, I want this to show up well on the camera, and two, I definitely want to make sure that this will be pretty simple to paint because I did not plan on this taking as long as it did for me to set up. We will have to switch lenses out, giving like 0.5 seconds. I'm sorry. I'm a crew of one. I'm doing a lot right now on the side. There we go. Okay, and we should be solid now for the rest of this video. I promise, everybody. I promise. This will be the last time you won't see me on camera unless something else happens. But for now, we are solid. We are golden, and we are doing good. Okay, sweet. I say that as I'm not in frame. Okay, sweet. This is for that fancy shot on the side. Okay. Pencil right here. All right. We're done. I promise. We're here. Let's go ahead and finish this sketch out first. We're going to get the Christmas tree. We're going to have the star. I have not seen Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends in actual years. Like a full episode all the way through. Have not seen it. I think the last episode I truly genuinely watched was the movie Good Will Hunting. Yeah. I believe that was the last solid one I watched back in 2008. Fact check me when that movie came out. Was it 2008? I feel like it was a lot older than that. 2008, maybe. I think we watched it together. I think we did, and I'm pretty sure. Ooh, I hope it was 2008. Otherwise, I am super dating myself. No, it had to be older than that because love you too. Because that was around the same time that Avatar: The Last Airbender definitely was ending too. Because I remember that was like when all the shows were just ending. Also, I'm definitely scratching the idea about me not drawing the full thing. I really want to draw the full thing. But I do like how the movie for Good Will Hunting explained why Wilt's arm is the way it is, and then obviously not to spoil, but you at this point have no excuse why you haven't seen it. It's been out for over 15 years. November 23rd, 2006. When did Avatar: Last Airbender end? That's when it originally aired. Yep, sure was. Sure was. Wow, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that at all. Also, I just realized you guys are upside down, but it's too late now. I'm not going to fix it. When did Avatar: Last Airbender end? When did the Sozin's Comment episode premiere? Ooh, and for the very, very slim chance of the people that are watching on YouTube, that are some of my subscribers, the traveling sketchbook is going to be in motion once again. I believe by the end of next week. I will have to double check with where it got hung up at, and if it is, cool. That would be amazing. Sorry it took so long to get that up and going. But once it gets moving, hopefully we don't get hung up again. Because at this rate, it will literally take over 10 years for this project to get underway. I will say though, my method of doing art is very rough, which is why I don't like when people see my rough drafts because they look So trash. Oh, this is not focusing all the way. Yeah. July 19, 2008. Well, I was wrong. Hey, Beth. Thank you for the heart. I appreciate you. You're amazing. You're phenomenal. I'm also streaming this on Instagram, same name and everything like that. But thank you for being here. You're phenomenal. And thank you to all who are watching. I love y'all. What I'm doing for those that are tuning in, I'm creating a Christmas in July piece. Usually I create an Ed and Eddie piece, but I had a request to do the, I don't want to say piece, but Wilt from Foster Home for Imaginary Friends. There's a Christmas episode. So that's what I'm currently sketching out. My goal is to have it sketched. And hello, love who you are. I appreciate you for watching. Thank you, thank you. I love you, and I love who you are. I'm currently sketching this out completely, and then I'm going to be using gouache Arteza for those that are on YouTube to look at it like this. Gouache Arteza paints. I figure kind of have it as close to original, which is like cell animation for this kind of art, as possible. The canvas has not been prepped yet, but it does come pre-prepped with gesso and everything, so we're just gonna kind of go for it. I'm not trying to be too serious with this. I'm just kind of sketching it out and just wanting to create something. My drafting, if you will, is very loose and very rough. I don't have a particular method on how I create my art other than rough sketch and then refine, refine, refine. So sit back, relax, enjoy some banter and conversation. If you hop in, hop in. If you hop out, hop out. No stress. Sorry if I'm also like delayed in my messages when I'm reading them. We have Instagram on one channel and we have YouTube on the next. With that being said, I'm gonna get back to this. But yeah, when this premiered, which we've now found out was November 23rd, 2006, I thought it was around the same time that Avatar: Last Airbender was premiered for the season finale. Fun fact and spoiler, it was not. It was 2 years before. Just time flies and you don't realize it until it is gone. This is also my first live stream in well over 4 years. And this is my first art live stream on YouTube. I have briefly live streamed on Instagram, very briefly. And it was nothing of this caliber or this degree. Ah, the puppies need attention. Ebony, what do you enjoy most about drawing? I love the ability to create and having the freedom to create whatever, not really what I want sometimes, but just getting to create something. I get a satisfaction of just creating in general. I don't know what it is. It just feeds that one part of my brain that just likes to create and see progress in something. I love progress. I love seeing the either charts or graphs or just genuinely things that are drafted up, that are created throughout. I don't know. It's just something I love. I love doing. I love seeing the beginning stages all the way to the execution and the final products that are created from simply an idea. If I do have to step away for the puppy, I might have to do a quick run off screen to probably let them out. I will set the mic down. I have a lavalier mic right here. Sorry for that loud noise. Yeah, I will be right back. I don't know what y'all want to look at. In the meantime, here is some gouache for y'all Instagrammers and for my YouTubes. Go ahead and just look at this beautiful cup of tea. I will be right back. I'm coming, puppy. You? go out. I'll be there in a minute, okay? Okay. We are back. I'm sorry for the really loud crunching here on this mic. Okay. We're back. The puppy did not need to go out. They just wanted to have, I don't know, some sort of attention, I guess. So, but that is honestly what I enjoy most about just creating art and drawing. I love going from rough drafts into final products and everything, just seeing how an idea can turn into something so beautiful, and the amount of work that goes into it, I personally feel like is completely underrated. And I have my thoughts on certain types of arts and everything, and I have my thoughts about uses of certain tools and stuff to aid in the art world, but that's neither here nor there. We are here for the spirit of Christmas in July to mark that we are now halfway through this crazy year, and the fact that we have now 180 days until Christmas, I believe. Someone also fact checked me on that. All I know is that this marks the halfway point until Christmas. So, any advice for beginning drawers? Practice. Practice makes perfect. I genuinely, off camera, almost every night, I draw things I've never drawn before. I will draw humans in different poses. I draw different objects I've never drawn before. You just practice anything and everything. And if you think you want to draw one thing in particular, like some people love drawing cars, keep drawing cars. I watched a very good video. I can't recall who was the author of it, the creator. He was working at a shop and he wanted to get better at just creating things. And his boss told him to draw a flamingo every single day. And I think he did it over the course of a year. He did the drawing of the flamingo, and I think he said by like day 20 something, he was bored of drawing flamingos. So he started drawing different types of flamingos and different situations the flamingo was in, whether the flamingo was wearing like sunglasses or a hat, and it just kind of expanded his horizon. Honestly, that's my biggest number one takeaway. Just practice. Anyone can draw. There is talent when it comes to certain degrees, but anyone can learn how to draw. You just practice. Practice makes perfect. Pretty sure Leonardo did not just pick up a pencil and a brush without any experience to create the Mona Lisa. I personally feel like that there's just no way. Now, if he did and I'm completely wrong, then well, I'm wrong. But just practice. Just practice. I truly believe anyone can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. We're sipping on some cold afternoon tea. It's no longer afternoon and the tea's no longer hot. It's just something to drink. It also avoids me drinking my paint water, which I had to put out of arm reach because before I started the stream, definitely was about to drink out of it. For those that are just now joining, Merry Christmas in July. I am streaming this on both Instagram and YouTube under the same alias, the same name. I was going to draw what I usually draw in tradition, a scene from Ed and Eddie, the show that got me into just art and animation. Would you ever do a class online to show us the basics? I would not do a class, only because I am nowhere near the profession and nowhere near the skills to offer the help to others. I can be good in motivational speaking, and I can be good at showing this is what you should do, but I personally cannot just say, oh, I'm gonna teach you how to draw insert random thing, because I personally can't do that even if I wanted to draw something. Ew. I assume you mean the tea. Yes, it is not the best, but I'm still sipping on it. Because we waste no tea here. Sorry about that. I had to reset the timer on that camera. This may potentially also become a video later on down the road. I'm still working on the last time I went live. I was doing a, funny enough, a tea video where I did splash art and then I was drawing around it. So, yeah. But going back to the question, no, I would never personally teach an online class as far as how to draw or anything of that sort. I'm just not well versed enough, and I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I'm able to. All right, so I don't know if this will show up well enough on YouTube without the camera freaking out. I just got this camera about 5 hours ago to live stream. If y'all can't tell, well, y'all are upside down too. Sorry, YouTube. Flip this around. Reference monitor. This is my rough draft for how I do my paintings. I do very rough lines, very, very rough lines, but it's how I go. And now for Instagram, I'm not moving off there. It's going to be backwards, but I have so many lines like around here. There's probably around 10 lines going for this one area. I personally draw my guidelines, like I rough sketch, and then I end up drawing around. And then once I'm happy with that final line, I do that line darker. Hard part though is that if you're drawing this directly on a canvas like how I'm doing this, you might not be able to erase, and if you aren't covering it up with darker colors, you're going to have some issues. All your drawings are really good and very detailed. Thank you for sharing your drawings with us. You're welcome. I do my best. I have been slacking on it. I'm just going to be honest. Haven't had much time, but that's also an excuse that I just make. I can make time. I make time for other things. It's just priorities and how much I want to put an effort into things. So I'm happy with like the basic. So let's go ahead and start darkening this. So we'll darken the eye. The good thing is though, when you get to this point, it's easier to see on camera because the lines are going to be darker. I have thought about creating other art pieces from different genres, different shows and stuff like that. One of them being I don't know if anyone else remembers the show, because every time I try to tell someone about it, they just look at me like I'm talking to thin air. There's a show called Toad Patrol, where the whole premise of the show was that these toads had to make it from one part all the way to, it was like a whole journey thing, kind of like Lord of the Rings-esque, but they had to get there at a certain time, otherwise they all turn to toadstools and get frozen, and if no one made it to this destination, they pretty much all turn to toadstools, and that's the end of their entire like existence. I'd love to just recreate some stuff in that style. I don't know if I can see. Okay. I don't know if this is still screen recording. Is it? Let's see. There we go. That is recording now. I will say though, Will does look a little creepy right now because his eye is a bit wonky. And I also don't think I made this eyeball big enough. There we go. We'll just upsize it and then go like that. Projects that I have been working on the side or attempting that thereof. I was supposed to drop like 3 more videos this month. Life and just timing. One of them was to finish the splash art video, and that was tentatively supposed to be released a while ago, but still just didn't do it. If you watched the last video before, I created this art piece with my nieces M and A, which I love that video so much. I was going to be making a server tray piece that I got from my good friend Tatiana. That one's still in the works. I have definitely worked on a couple concepts. So I'm excited to finalize down to 1 or 2 of them and go from there. How dare you not be a machine? How dare I not be a machine coming from the machine himself? For anyone that is watching this that is not the Apex Man himself, the legend, the GOAT, Batman, right there. Words cannot describe. Sorry, I also realize I'm like talking with this still. I think. Yep. The machine, the GOAT, the legend, the man, the myth, the actual legend. But yeah, I just excited, and I will be doing what I can. My current job, I found out I have 3 days off next week. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. Well, I know what I'm gonna end up doing. I'm gonna end up working just on art because it will be glorious. I have 2 of those days off in a row, so hopefully I can knock out a decent chunk of some things. And yeah. Downside about being left-handed. Love you too, brother. Oh. Can't mess with the mic too much. To everyone on YouTube, thank you for watching. I appreciate y'all. I normally go live on my second channel, which is just Agent Double Sonic BTS behind the scenes. I don't try to do my live streams on my main channel, but it happens. Everybody here on it's holy cow, 3. Yeah, 3 days off. And for those that are in my immediate circle and that haven't been following my journey on BTS, and you know where my current employment is, it's not bad by any means. It's just a little bit hectic. Yeah, but 3 days off, I know. 2 of them in a row, 1 of them not. All right, so let's go ahead and extend out this part of Will's arm. But good thing, conjecturally related, since the live stream is working well enough on YouTube and it looks like my stream health is doing pretty well, we are going to be able to do a video concept that I've had in the works for over 2 years. Now that this is actually something solid, this webcam also just came in clutch. So shout out to Mac the Rapper. Appreciate you for recommending this one. 30 frames per second, not the best, but we can deal with that. It does capture the quality, and I think the bit rate helps with a live stream-esque. Okay, now that we're off on that tangent, we are about ready to start painting. I know it doesn't look like it, but I don't have much left to do as far as the rest of my line work goes. I will grab an eraser, try to erase around the harsh areas, and then lighten my line work because a lot of these colors are not that dark are not that dark. I might add his scarf on just to give it a little bit of that seasonal time period. Because I believe in Good Will Hunting, he had his scarf on. But if I recall correctly, it wasn't winter. I think it was fall. I'm getting this weird, maybe Mandela effect that it was fall time during that movie. Again, it's only been almost 20 years since I saw that. Ooh. Okay. So for right now, let's go ahead and grab our eraser, pretty this up a little bit. You would think I would have put all this in arm's reach. When you do art, you get all the smudges on the side. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Happens whenever I write. When you start a drawing, do you give yourself a set time to finish the pen on the side of the drawing? It depends on. Hey, Preston, welcome. It depends on what I'm doing and what I'm creating. I personally feel like me personally, a time to do something is more of a challenge aspect as far as like oh, I'm gonna get this done in this set of time. I don't think that that's the best way to create art is with the set time. Don't get me wrong, there are like methods and there are practices and there are classes and there are time and places that time limits help create things because it gets like the juices flowing and whatnot. But as far as creating, for example, Instagram can see this one off to the side. YouTube, I have a 24 by 48 canvas that way. For example, I have done a couple of pieces that I have not finished all the way through and has scrapped because I put a time limit on myself when I create those pieces, and I've only wasted time and money. I've only wasted time and money on it. I personally don't think imposing a time limit on a piece that you create does anything. Some people work differently. I personally don't like putting a time limit on. I feel like it limits my amount of creativity because I'm more focused on the timeline than anything else. I feel like, oh, well, I only got 30 minutes. Well, in those 30 minutes, you got to create this entire piece for this and the fourth. But if you're creating something simple, hola, hola. But if you are creating something simple, for example, it won't take you 30 minutes to draw a circle. But if you were saying, oh, in 30 minutes, I need you to create this circle with this amount of depth and everything on this certain side of the canvas, because you're not going to draw a circle the size of your palm for 30 minutes. Like you're going to do. There's a finite amount of ways you can do that. But if you're telling me on a 24 by 48, hey, I need you to draw a perfect circle, me personally, I'm going to try to sketch it out as smooth as I can and then go in on the final piece. Going on to this real quick, and then I'll get back on that. Whenever I'm doing these pieces like this, or just something simple with how I create my art pieces, this is what I was talking about. I go in with a super rough line work, and then I erase around it, make the darkest one my final guideline outline, and it actually starts to look like a piece. That's also when I can go back in, finalize a few things, make them look a little bit prettier, and go from there. Also, normally, by this time, I would try to be getting sorted out for bed since I wake up about 5 o'clock every morning, if not a little bit earlier, and then get ready for work. But I go into work an hour later, which means I can stay up an hour later to attempt to go to sleep. So I figured this little stint probably will take maybe an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of a stream. All right, there's that. And here we go from there. Do I still have that brush? I do. One thing I've learned is to sometimes take a step back, look at it from a different angle. So, for example, YouTube will finally see this upright for the first time. There you go. I will be looking at this upside down. Instagram, you don't really get to see the piece until I reveal it to y'all. But Instagram, YouTube, if you see right here, my darker lines is going to be my final outline. But when I can look at it at a different angle, for example, I see that the mouth, I'm actually going to have to adjust just a little bit. So I'm going to move this down to about here. And yes, I am drawing upside down. Will I recommend that to anyone else? If you're good at it and you've done it before, sure. But it does sometimes throw things off just a little bit. Let's see. Like, for example, I'm working on the teeth and I realize that they're kind of crooked. There we go. And it's a little bit too high up. And then the one is a little too big on his chest. So we're going to shrink that down a little bit. I have been working on a lot with my iPad, that courtesy of Brother Lady and of Josh. We were able to get last year, but I have been working on my iPad for a project that I have had for about 3 years now, which time flies. Geez, time flies. But I have been working on it so much that part of me was like, oh yeah, you just got to zoom in. That's not how traditional art works. You just have to draw a little bit smaller. Let's see. I am going to have to flip this around YouTube. I'm sorry. To make sure I did this right. Yeah, so move this over a little bit. Go like this. And there we go. If I had to pick one spirit animal or one imaginary friend to be my spirit animal, it would probably be a mix between Cheese and Wilt, where I just apologize for everything. At my current place of employment, my one of my supervisors was like, why do you say sorry all the time? It's like, I've ran into walls and I've apologized to them. I'm just an empathetic person. But then also like Cheese, just because it's like super unhinged. But hopefully y'all had a beautiful Christmas in July. That is the whole point of this video. I had a whole thing I wanted to do, and I can tell y'all now because I won't be able to execute it. I wanted to create a little short, because I love creating little intros and little small themed videos before the whole video starts. It gives me enjoyment. I get to enjoy creating them. But I wanted to go in front of like a fireplace or like a robe and one of those giant books where I'm just reading and I'm just like, wow, how does it start off? How does the Christmas thing start off? It was the night before Christmas in July, and I was gonna have that person on the side, like in July, and all through the house. Now the creature was staring. Y'all know the rest of it. So I was gonna do something dumb like that, but I looked at the dates and time just kept crawling by. I said, oh, I'm not gonna be able to do that, to create the video, edit the video down, which is why I am doing this live stream, because I wanted to still do something on Christmas in July and go from there. So sorry that you might not get a full-fledged video. And if I do make one, it will be no time soon. Shoot, even this video might not come out until, if I'll be realistic, probably August 25th. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because, of course, it's just who I am. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I made... No, I didn't make the mouth too big. There we go. Just go ahead and get rid of that completely. I was happy with his mouth, and then I wasn't. What I am going to do whenever I finish this entire thing, I am going to cover it up in... Sorry, YouTube, I didn't realize how far off y'all got. I am going to cover this entire thing in a white coat. Or I could do a wash. Probably a small wash of something just to cover up most of the pencil work, and then I can just go from there. But yes, hopefully y'all got to enjoy a little bit of your Christmas in July for those that celebrate it. And for those that did not celebrate it, I'm wishing you a very happy and Merry Christmas in July. Christmas this year, I don't know if I'm going to make a video. Don't know if I'm going to be able to. But if I do, well, who knows? We'll see where the future takes us with it. Yeah, so let's go ahead and finish working on the mouth. That's the only part I did not like, honestly. I did not like how this is turning out. If this year works out as well as I would like it to end, one of my goals is to have my website finally up. I know I said it last year. I got pretty far into the process, and then some stuff came up, and I had to put it on another hiatus. I'm consistently inconsistent when it comes to that aspect of it. But I really truly think that this will be the year that we get it up and running. Do, and do. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm done working on the sketch. I feel like if I keep doing it, that's one of my biggest downfalls, is that I keep working on it and I will end up keep changing things and fixing things. I'm holding this up for a little bit so that way I can look at it with different eyes. His eye needs a little bit of work, and yeah. And his neck needs to be narrowed down just a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that. Move his arm up, like so. Yeah, so let's narrow this down and okay. I'm sorry, YouTube, there's a lag. And I'm just trying to adjust it so that way it's in the middle for y'all. Oh, there we go. Is this it? Okay. We are done with the sketch, despite how odd it looks. There we go. Now it's going to be time to actually start working. Look at this. My Silver Surfer side hand going on. It is going to be time to put down a nice little layer of gesso. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab the side of my eraser, take off the bulk that I can. I still have to find lines so I know where everything's going to be at. Just kind of go from there. Well, the point of all of that, for me personally, it gets most of the stuff off. I still see where I got to go, and I have a pretty decent memory when it comes to where I have my art lines going to be at. So, wash-wise, let's do... how about I do an acrylic wash of Golden Fluid, this expensive paint of India Yellow Hue for my YouTube peeps. So there you go, y'all. Y'all are upside down. India Yellow Hues. We're going to do a very light wash of it with some white mixed in. Just a very, very light wash. We just want enough so that way we can make the colors look a little bit more poppy. Nothing too crazy over here, just enough. We do need to get a little bit bigger of a brush than the one we have currently set to the side. Yeah, this actually might work. And with paint, you're literally gonna have to let paint dry. So let's go ahead and grab this. Mix the paint up. I'm using an old, what is this, a Talenti jar? There, YouTube. This thing has seen better days. Yeah, so I figured just a little bit to add some color to it. Nothing crazy. I always test it on the side. We will have to add just a little bit more to it. Yeah, just maybe like a little bit of an orange. I don't go too crazy. Maybe a little bit of burnt sienna. Burnt sienna from my Instagram and burnt sienna from my peeps on YouTube. Oh, I've been having it open this one. Ooh. Yeah. There we go. I don't want to spill it on the canvas. That would kind of suck, huh? Do all that work, stream for an hour just to mess it up. Also, I realized I hope that y'all hear me. Hey, Tori. Hope all is well, fam. I know it's been a hot minute since I've seen you, but hopefully you're doing fantastic. I miss you, and hopefully our paths cross again. Hey, what's up? I remember we have crossed the path before. I did not get to see you on stream, and that's my fault. I have just been a very, very busy person. For those that are joining, Merry Christmas in July. I'm creating a Christmas in July piece. Normally, I create an Ed and Eddie piece. I'm also streaming on Instagram and YouTube. So YouTube, hello, welcome to the live stream. I usually create an Ed and Eddie piece from the Christmas special, but I got a request about 45, 50 minutes ago to create Wilt from the Christmas special from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. We've gotten the hard outline done. I erased it. We're about to do a wash to make sure the colors look good. As much as getting the baby down for tonight. Oh, but don't worry, I know nobody's life. I'll also have to see you doing another live. Yes, y'all are humans that have responsibilities of taking care of other humans. You're doing fantastic. I know you're tired. I can only imagine. We have a puppy, and she is a beautiful creature, but she does get me tired. And you have a whole human. So do your thing. I am doing a live because I wanted to create a video. Wasn't going to work out. Just truly wasn't going to work out. This is going to be the color of the wash. It may not look like it's going to be much, but it's going to give tone to the canvas. That way I can just go in with the actual paints. It's easier to paint over a color versus white because there's so much room for air for white. Will you go live more on here? That is to be determined. That is truly to be determined. I would like to, but that involves me having to create a whole bunch of other things. I'm going to paint this whole canvas real quick. I wouldn't mind going live on Instagram more often. I just want to make it a little bit more consistent, and I want to be able to have solid content because I know there's sometimes some people don't mind just vibing with artists and people on Instagram, but I'd like to have substance too when I go live. If I have the schedule to do it, I will. Now, why did I just paint this entire canvas from what it looks like to be yellow? It's just a wash. It's a very light coat, nothing crazy. It just adds more color to it, more depth. That way, whenever I do work on the actual painting, which as soon as this dries, I'm going to start, I won't have to worry about too much coverage and everything else. Again, for those that are just hopping on, we're going to be using the Gouache Arteza 60 pack for our paints. There we go. I'm streaming both Instagram right here off to the side of YouTube, and I'm streaming onto YouTube with this camera on top. We just did a wash. Once we do that, then we're solid. And we are not creating an Ed and Eddie piece like I have done the last 5 years? 4 or 5 years. I can't remember. But last year we did a gouache piece of Ed and Eddie. We had a request earlier. It was from Cake Goddess to create Wilt. So we are creating a Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends Wilt Christmas piece. I don't recall the episode number or when it was premiered, but all I know is that there's an episode with Wilt. This is our reference image. Show y'all YouTube and show y'all right there. Created by Craig McCracken. The colors never have very harsh outlines. That's what gives it that very soft and that, I don't want to say childish, that sounds bad, but it gives it that youthful look because there's nothing on it. We love Imaginary Friends, such a good cartoon. I love the show. And earlier I did say if I had to pick what a spirit animal would be, ooh, can you do out of the box drawing? Oh, out of the box, like out of the box, out of the box. I will have to watch that show again because I only recall the theme song and the cast going through the boxes and stuff like that and the songs. I don't recall anything else from that show. I think they went on like adventures and stuff like that with like imagination. I'll have to get back to that. But if my spirit animal had to be chosen from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, it'd be a mix between Wilt and Cheese. Wilt because I'm super apologetic and I'll apologize for things that I don't need to apologize for. And Cheese because there's literally no order and it's just pure chaos. And if there's no one there around me, then I will get myself into trouble and I am easily distracted. Hence why there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cameras recording right now. There's a microphone here, 3 over here, and a slider right there, and 2 lights. This would have been the 3rd one, and I would have one on top of here. But yeah. Speaking of which, let me make sure all my cameras are recording. Peep the Christmas in July pants. Had to do a little bit festives. You. Okay, sweet. This camera's still recording. And no, I did not make any hot cocoa. Unfortunately, I am drinking this old hot tea, which is no longer hot. It is cold at best. Dang, super prepared. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I was supposed to go live about, what time is it? 10:40. I was gonna go live 3.5 hours ago, and I was gonna stream originally for about 2 hours or whenever this piece is done. I'm talking now because we're just waiting for paint to dry. So, YouTube, we're waiting for paint to dry. I don't know what else to tell y'all. Instagram, we're waiting for paint to dry. There's comments more on Instagram, YouTube. That's why I'm just conversing back and forth. But I did not realize how much work went into preparing my live stream. I had just picked up a webcam yesterday to get delivered today. Got that set up. Had to figure out how to connect it to my filming setup from my computer. Luckily, it's just close enough for it to work, but just far enough where it's like it's close. I haven't streamed in years. No exaggeration. My last stream on this channel on Agent Double Sonic was back when I streamed games. Yes, believe it or not, I streamed games back when the Wii U was popular. Yeah, remember that? Before the Switch? That's how long it's been. And then I streamed when Luigi Mansion 3 came out. That was my last stream. So my stuff had to get prepared. Had to redo everything, verify a whole bunch of stuff, and check the latency, make sure my stream health is good. There is 24 seconds left for my Instagram. So YouTube, you guys are good. You're going to stay here. Instagram, I'm going to have to start the next one and be right back. Okay? So don't go nowhere except me, which I'm going somewhere. So I will see y'all on the next live session. Boop. Okay, so all right, let's go ahead and change this real quick. YouTube, thank y'all for hanging in there. All right. So YouTube, you guys are still there. Instagram, we're back. All right, sorry about that. Instagram has an hour limit to go live. Go figure. You would think that they fixed this. All right. Okay, how much more do we have left for this paint to dry? Check the sides. Good news, everyone. The paint is about to be dry. So this is what it looks like Instagram. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, we're back, baby. We're back. And YouTube, this is what it looks like. Nothing too crazy. This is also on a pre-gessoed canvas for those that are not too into art, or maybe those that just were curious. Some canvases are pre-gessoed, which means they have a layer on top of the canvas, so that way the paint has more stuff to adhere to. That way you're not just spinning so much paint onto the canvas. So we probably got a few more minutes before this is comfortably enough to dry. In the meantime, my favorite part, going through these Arteza gouache paints. These beautiful, beautiful Arteza gouache paints. These are all the colors we have on the back. As you can see, there's a nice little variety going on. Show y'all real quick. I'm going to pick the colors that match the best to the reference image. I'm gonna have to figure out where to set this, probably right here. We're gonna move this completely out of the way because I don't want to clean up any mess. Ooh. I know we're gonna need red. We're gonna need white, blue, teal green, yellows, and some blues. So this stone blue, show my YouTube people, stone blue right here, is going to be part of the tree. With these trays are this big, I think there's like 8 of them in this container. So we're going to set them aside and put them back in. For the yellow, for the star, let's go ahead and grab this lemon right here. Nice and bright. Put them right there. I do want to get a secondary one. I'm probably going to need a little bit darker yellow. For the blues, the nice blue. I'm a sucker for blue. I will definitely paint nothing but a monochromatic blue painting if I really got to get the chance. Because it's just, I don't know, I love that color. Let's see, green. I think these are 2 greens right there. Those are probably a little too green, so gonna have to look for some other ones. Where's our reds? Red. I think the scarlet red might be a little too dark. My color look a little off. So we might grab that with the mix of, maybe this orange red. We'll mix it with, mix those 2 together. And I think the rest of these are going to be like pearlescents, aren't they? Yeah, I don't want to add too many pearlescents. I feel like that might get in the way of everything. White, of course, we got white right there. And mix it with some light blue. Yeah, light blue. What else? Maybe a sage green. Yeah, sage green, and there's a pink bulb. A lot of these colors I have never used because the project I worked with last time did not have half of these things in it. How many colors is that? 8? 9 colors so far. And we will need black. Do I have it? It'd be crazy if I didn't have it. Yeah, there it is. I was about to say, there had to be a black gouache. Bloop. So again, this is our reference image. Show y'all on YouTube and Instagram. So we got, for the teeth, white. We got the orange red and the scarlet red for the body. Blues for the wristband and the shirt, or the one on his chest. White, because we need the white for that. We got our yellows for the star. Stone blue and the sage green for the tree. Although I'm thinking maybe we'll also add a viridian. Oh, hey, Boo Boo. The puppy just joined. Hey, baby. Hey, lay down, girl. I'll be here. I'll be there. Come on, lay down. Hey, girl. You okay? You okay? Did you have a nightmare? Come on, lay down. Lay down, girl. You okay? Come on, lay down. Come on, baby. It's okay. You go lay down? Come here. Come here. The puppy jumped off the bed. I think she's scared. What's the matter, huh? Come here, Boo Boo. Good girl. You want to lay down by me? We're going to go to bed soon, okay? I just need to put some paint down and then we'll be good to go, okay? I know it's late. Okay, so she's pretty much my timer. Cool. I think I have a good 30 minutes before she's like, come on now, I'm tired. So let's go ahead and put these paints up, and then we're just gonna paint. All right. Hey girl, I know. I'm almost done, okay? Go lay down. So now we need a small palette, which I did not plan on because I don't know why. We will use I had a palette somewhere. Ah, yes. There we go. We're reusing this paper right here. Okay. Rainaru, welcome in. We're streaming on Instagram and on YouTube. And for those that are just not tuning in, long story short, Christmas in July. I know we only have about an hour left in the Eastern time zone. I'm in Central time zone. We have, actually, Eastern time zone, you got 9 minutes. Central time zone, we have an hour left. We usually create a piece from Ed and Eddie for my Christmas in July, but we got a request to create Wilt from Fossil Tone for Imaginary Friends. We just did a wash on here. After that, we got our gouache paints, which we are using the Gouache Artezas. Bloop. We picked out our colors, and now there's nothing left to do but start painting. That's the rundown, and we're not going to spend too much time on it because it is late, and the puppy just came in here because she's tired. Yeah. We're just going to start on right to left. I'm left-handed, so I prefer to start right to left, so that way I can actually work on my stuff and keep going. I would like to see how these look. I have not used a lot of these, So we're going to have to see how this mixes. If you've never used gouache, but you've used maybe like acrylic and or watercolor, gouache is the equivalent of acrylic and watercolor having a baby, because it has the workability of watercolor and it has the consistency of acrylic. You can rework it. You can actually, it's pretty awesome. I believe it gives me a nostalgia feel. It makes artwork look so, I don't want to say pastel, it seems wrong. It gives me that cell animated vibe. All right, so let's see how this looks. I don't think this is the right color. Let's see how this looks on here. The brush I am using is not marked. Usually I have numbers on them. I am using a round brush. But yes, normally I create a Christmas in July video. But unfortunately, time did not allow me to create a video this year. So I decided let's just live stream. Has been pretty good traction, pretty good talking points. I appreciate everyone that has came out and supported. And for those that are just vibing, glad you got to vibe. Let's see here. Actually, that's not looking too bad. Go ahead and turn on this camera back. We're tentatively making this into also a YouTube video, so that's why I keep hopping in and out. I have to keep adjusting the cameras. And for those that have watched for such a long time, I do apologize for me repeating information. It's just that those that have not been watching for a minute. What's the matter? You go lay down? Okay. Don't worry, I know it's almost bedtime, girl. The puppy has jumped off the bed and is now staring at me off the camera. Painting is one of my weakest mediums, because I love to just keep working on stuff. But you can't keep working with paints. They have to do this thing called dry, and that has been my Achilles heel. But I will say watercolor, it dries fairly quick. It's just really difficult to paint. Also, hey bro, surprised you're not asleep. It's definitely like, hey girl. Definitely what? Midnight over there? Merry Christmas in July, bro. Merry Christmas. The puppy is now trying to fall asleep with her face in my lap. Hey girl. It's okay. I'm right here. You want to lay down? You can lay down. Good girl. Yeah, she's tired. Once I get enough of this painting done, I don't mind whatever happens with it. What was the hardest drawing you did? What was or is the hardest drawing you did? The hardest drawing that I've done, it wasn't a drawing. It was more of a piece, which was my hope piece I did, which was so many. It was a stippling piece. That was probably the hardest piece I've done. But drawing wise, a drawing piece that I have finished, I should probably put that into more accurate terms. Let's continue. Let's see. There you go. Sorry, we had to re-up on the good old screen record. Is it recording? It is recording. But the hardest piece I have drawn. Probably my Kingdom Hearts piece, which I did now 7 years ago. It was all color pencil, which looking back at it now was absurd. It was just a big piece. It was 6 9 by 12 papers taped together when I was just starting out. I remember I did it for one of my coworkers at my place of prior occupation. If you have me on Instagram, you can just scroll down and see. That took well over 60 hours. The coloring took forever. So much detail. But hey, it's how I was able to get my Nintendo Switch, which is why I always will remember. The commissioner. What are you doing? You seem like you're getting antsy. Is it because I'm not in bed yet? Is this when you turn into a gremlin because the hours are so late? The puppy's right behind me. It's okay, girl. We're going to go to bed soon, I promise. For Instagram, I can show y'all real quick. Say hi to Instagram, girl. Okay. There you go. Call it a night, but have a great stream, bro. Appreciate it, bro. We won't be on here for too much longer. The puppy is patiently telling me that it's time to go to bed. So I'm just gonna do as much as I can and go from there. So I do apologize if I do not finish this stream. I also have to be very conscious of my time frame because I still work tomorrow. But I go in an hour later. I still have to be responsible. So I do apologize if this does not get completed all the way. I was gunning to have it done by tonight, but let's be honest, paint takes the time to draw or to dry. Definitely get some sleep. I will get some sleep. I know, girl. Don't worry. I will get some sleep. If you don't leave my feet alone. I think what I'll do, I will get the base of Wilt done. Drink some hot chocolate, the one that knocks you out. I would, but I get so fatigued because of how well rested I get. Have a good night, Jay. Yeah, good night, Jay. Keep us updated. I would drink that hot cocoa, but I need to wake up tomorrow and be attentive. Let's make some big strides tonight. Will I go live again to finish this? Good night. Yeah, good night. Will I stream this again to finish this piece? That is a great question. The only way I would do this stream again, come here, is if I stream this tomorrow. And that depends on what time I get done with work. Come here. Come on. Come on, girl. I know. Come here. We're almost done. We just gotta get to the stopping point, okay? I would stream the rest of this tomorrow, which it'll probably end up being like a I don't know, 2-hour stream. Well, no, because now we just gotta paint, and painting isn't gonna take that long. I think drawing took 45 minutes because I'll be off by 6:45. Let's go live tomorrow. I'll watch. Oh, don't worry, it's gonna be an evening stream if I do end up streaming again. Won't be as late. I think I would be gunning to probably start it at 7. Would like to see the finished drawing you got, Agent. Appreciate it. Love who you are. Yeah, I'd say depends on how work goes. I will have the rest of this camera set up. That's what took so long as well. I will have to check out the analytics and I'll have to check out how the stream performance did. We don't have any weather in the forecast that would hinder the stream. But yes, we can aim for like 7 o'clock. Yeah, I know she's starting to get tired. She's trying to get my attention. Hey, baby, come here. Look at me. We're going to go to bed soon. I have to finish this, okay? Lay down. Okay? Lay down. I know. Go ahead and go back in the room. I'll be there shortly. Okay. Yes. So thank you all so much for joining. For my YouTube, we got half of Wilt. For my Instagram, we have half of Wilt. My goal for the rest of this night is just to finish Wilt off, just like the fur, so that way this paint won't dry. It is gouache. Good thing about gouache is that it does reactivate pretty well. I just want to have it done. That way I don't have to worry about that, and we can work on the other stuff tomorrow. I do like working with gouache though. It's nice. Nice and vibey. Nice and vibey. Why'd you get scared? And this right here, boo boo. But also when I'm not tired. If I do end up making this into like a YouTube video, it won't be nothing complicated because I still want to keep it in the realm of time periods. Still drinking this tea. She's trying to get you offline in bed. Yes, she is. She is going into the other room to the bed, looking at the bed, coming back here, and she's like nibbling at my feet and like running up into my knees, and she's just staring. She's ready to go to bed. Usually, when Dad is here, they're in bed by like 9 o'clock, and she's out by like 9:30. When I'm working on like my classes or whenever I'm working on some art, which it has been a while, when I did work on it frequently, I would go and pick her up from Dad, and then I would just put her in bed, and she would already be unconscious, and I would just lay down with her after I get done with my stuff. But tonight is a lot later than what she's probably used to in recent memory, me being up working on something, especially streaming. So, on your days off, do you spend time working on your drawings, or do you have a me day? Well, with how work has been, a lot of my days off have been, you have a week and a half worth of stuff you got to get done. So you got today to do everything you have to get ready for the rest of the week until you figure out your next day off, and also you haven't gotten done. So I try to have a little me time, and I'll just be honest, very seldomly have I gotten a chance to work on some art as far as like on my days off to sit down and do how I'm doing right now. But when I do get to work on them, I get in the zone and I'll just work on it. For example, it doesn't, I know, girl, I know. Listen, once I finish this, then we can go to bed, okay? Do you need to go out? Or you want to go to bed? Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm coming. What's the matter? You want to go to bed? Okay. I'll be there soon. Maybe she just wanted to go in on the bed. She's too short to jump on the bed. It depends on how much I get done during my day. That lets me feel okay with having some art, which I know seems kind of half backwards. But I think these next few days coming up will definitely be very art orientated, especially since I have all the filming stuff set up. Because I had to put up everything, that was a big excuse. I'm not going to say reason, because it was 100% an excuse why I wasn't working on stuff. Now that everything is set up and that the live stream works, I can negate the time that it took for me to set everything up, and I can just hop in and go. I was doing an everyday video. I had to slow down on that because the edit times were crazy, but I would pretty much learn how to draw all over again, foundations, if you will, of just humans. I think the next one I was going to like work on drawing human lips and then like eyes and stuff like that. And to go back to your question, put in a time limit, I would do a 30-minute section because I was like, oh, 30 minutes to just work on something cool. Didn't work because I was too focused on, oh, I got 30 minutes to draw this versus, oh, let's just draw. So I think the next few episodes are going to be more of a just draw until you're done kind of video. Okay, how does this look? On YouTube, I'll flip it around. You can definitely tell that that's Wilt once I get his eye stalks in. There you go, Instagram. That's what we have so far. This is where the 1 is. That's his mouth. I got to draw his eyes. Once we get that part done, though, I think we're going to call it a night. What time is it? 11:09? By the time I go to bed, I will get some sleep. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much answering just about most of the questions. So thank y'all for asking questions and being in the chat. Thank you, love who you are. I appreciate you and everything that you stand for. I would like to, by the end of the year, have my website up. And I've been doing some research on the side of everything else I do for some ideas on potentially, keyword potentially, getting stickers made of some stuff. That's right. That's what I was supposed to do. I was supposed to flesh out the top part because this was going to make his, yeah, there we go. Gonna make his eye look a little too tall. Where I live, the air is very dry, so these things dry even quicker. Let me adjust this last camera. There we go. There we go. Yeah. So thank you all so much for joining. Once I finish this last spot in his arm, we're gonna call it a night. I think it's about that time. We have been live for probably well over 2.5 hours. Well, no. It will be about 2 hours once we finish. Because I know Instagram kicked me off the first time around. Oh, and I think this camera died. Yes, it did. Okay. So that ain't a clue to stop shortly. Then I don't know what is. One of my projects, and I don't know if she's still in the chat, but my beautiful fiance has have talked in nauseam about it with me because I kind of just bring it up so often. I'm excited to get that one back underway. I had like a random hair, if you will, inspiration that just popped in one day this week. Actually, I was just in my head, and then I was like, you know what? Let's just work on it. And so I pulled up the file that it was on, and it felt good to just go back and work on it. I need to get a angled brush to do these lines. Yeah. Let's see what else we have here. I didn't want to sneeze. And I know it's late, so I apologize in advance. There I go, apologizing again. But thank you all for making this stream. I know it's late. It might be early for some people depending on where your time zone is, but for me, it's a little late. And for most of my target audience that interact with me, it is very late. So thank you all for just being here and existing and being the beautiful human beings that you are. I will do more prep for this live stream the next time. I'll broadcast it and post it and everything else because it's kind of just here. To see someone at yourself so dedicated to your drawing is amazing and very inspiring. Well, thank you. It's not without support, though. Truly without the support of my family, I couldn't have done any of this without y'all. Jake Nazaro. Hey, Jake. Hopefully you're doing well. I am going to be ending this live stream very soon, actually. Like probably within the next 5 minutes. We have been streaming probably about 2 hours, going on 2 hours. So thank you for dropping in. Merry Christmas in July. If you're still in the Central Time Zone or anyone going towards the Pacific, because that's where it's still Christmas in July. We have done this. I'm streaming on YouTube and on Instagram right now under the same alias. So we got so far. We usually create an Ed and Eddie piece of either the Fa La 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 Ed or Jingle Jingle, Jingle Jingle, Jingle 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 Christmas special. But we had a request about an hour ago, obviously when we started, to create Wilt, and it was a Christmas special that they have for Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. So that's what we did. We were using Arteza gouache paint, Arteza gouache, and we have these fine selections of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 paints right here. And the stopping point for tonight, because the puppy really wants us to go to bed, and I also will go to bed because I work in the morning, but I go in later, is right here. I don't know if Instagram's going to do the thing. And for everyone on their YouTubes. Oh, that was a nice lighting balance that it did. Didn't know it did that. Okay. So yeah, we just pretty much talk about everything. Hey, HN, enjoy live stream today. Have a good night. Good night, love who you are. I'm also going to be signing off momentarily. I'm just doing my adieus and all that good jazz. Sorry about that microphone static, but it was a great stream. Thank you. Depending on how work goes for tomorrow, I will be live streaming the rest of this here. Tentatively, time is going to be about 7:30, 8:30 Central Eastern Time is what we are aiming for. I will post updates on Instagram and I will post updates on YouTube, just depending on how work goes and life. We will not be drinking cold tea. That was formerly hot. We will actually have, oh, that is nasty now. We will actually have hot tea. So that's pretty much all I got. Is there any more part of Wilt that I have to paint? No, as of right now, nope. We will go back over with maybe another coat. We're gonna go back with the pencil, redo the outlines, YouTube. This is what we ended up with for the evening. Like this, not too bad. The background is yellow because we did a gouache or a wash of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna call it a night as of 11:18. So, peace, love, and hot sauce. Thank you so much for watching. Instagram, you've all been beautiful. Thank you for your comments. YouTube, thank you for the love. Thank you for showing up. And I will create a better thumbnail, and I will also be finishing up this piece tomorrow. It'll be 7:30, 8:30 Central Eastern Time. So 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern Time, and accordingly to your time zones. So, yeah, there's that. And I'm about to shut all these things off and go to bed. So, all right, so my dudes. Good night, everybody, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace, love, and hot sauce, and as always, thanks for watching. All right. Instagram is now gone. YouTube, you guys are here. For those that are still watching on YouTube, you guys get the little bonus stint. I'm going to do my behind the scenes, and then after that, yeah, we're going to go from there. So let me swap out my lenses real quick. And if I had more than one person doing this, it'd be smooth and efficient. But due to the fact that it's only I doing a lot, then yeah. Let's see. Sweet. So we have that. I am going to be grabbing this. What else? Swap this. Swap the mic. What else? There we go. Okay. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. YouTube, you guys get to have this because it's YouTube. All right, we're back to the behind the scenes. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful live stream. I got to talk to a lot of people. It was very amazing. This lavalier mic worked phenomenal. So Goober, appreciate you, Goober. This is what we ended up with. It doesn't look too bad, honestly. This is all the paints we have. This is not bad for my first piece in. Oh man, I don't know the last painting I did. Realistically, that was not personally a cop out. I know I did that piece with M&A, so that was beautiful. But yeah, I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed. We're gonna finish this off tomorrow on another live stream, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So everyone that was on YouTube on my main channel, thank you so much for watching. Behind the scenes, you already had the clip before. You got this one now, and then there's gonna be some more content later. So peace, love, and hot sauce, and I'm ready to go to bed. Okay, and thank you so much, YouTube. Good night. I'm gonna shut down everything, and your boy's gonna go to bed. See y'all tomorrow. Go ahead and turn off this mic. The mic. How do you turn off the mic? Awkward. Oh, right there. Sweet. And let me go ahead and turn off the stream. Good night, everybody. You've all been beautiful. Thank you.